welcome to the Men Who Chase Geese.
You see how it froze?
Mm-hmm. It does that sometimes.
Okay.
It's your virus software.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It basically says, like, this is the camera recording.
I have a virus on my computer?
No. It just says this device is using your camera now.
Oh, all right. Okay, well, today, on today's menu, we have Supply Lines, which is a show.
Yep.
An episode.
Not a very good one.
It has Jar Jar Binks in it, so that automatically means it can't be a 5. It cannot be a 5.
Can't even be a 4.
Not with the Jar Jar Binks in it. No, it can't. the good news is that he's really not used that much in it, except for one scene, which I actually did skip through, because I'm just refused to watch it. It's pointless. He danced at the top of the table for about a minute and a half.
Just to stall them. So you're watching him stall them.
Yeah, so I just kind of click past that because I don't really need to see that. And so in my version, he doesn't affect the film at all because he's only one scene really in it. I didn't actually watch. So, but which I encourage you to also to skip ahead that 1 minute. So
Always,
you don't have to worry about
just cut him out.
Yeah, but that's his only scene really in it. It's barely, and he doesn't really go over the top in any other episode, in any other parts of the show really. I mean, he says things here and there, but they're not really minor. So, in point of fact, from a Jar level or of annoyance, it's actually pretty low.
Right.
Once you cut that one piece out, it's incredibly low. So anyway, let's get on with it, shall we?
So they land on the planet of Toydaria, or the race of Toydarias, which is basically the first episode, I believe. Where
No, it was Ryloth. Remember, this is the whole thing. Was this was the continuing fight for Ryloth.
Yeah.
And where they had destroyed the Republic fleet, and they were attacking the soldiers on the planet, and the planet was being choked from supplies, and the whole planet was running out of food and all kinds of supplies, and the Republic was having trouble getting back into it because they didn't have any more ships or anything else to spare. So it was kind of stuck. You see the rebel leader who you saw before. I can't remember his name.
Bail Organa?
No. The rebel leader from Ryloth.
Oh, yeah. The orange guy.
Yeah, the orange guy. I don't remember him. I remember him, but I don't remember his name. But he's still there, and he's still mad that the promises that they had made.
The fat one.
Yeah, but this
Nothing
is war.
come of it.
This is war, and so they did send, but they had the fleet smashed, and they had no more fleet to send. So this is how it was. So they then have to send Bail Organa and Jar Jar Binks, because the other one, the woman with the fine ass there, Padme, she was involved in some tax scheme or something, so she couldn't come. So it was up to those two guys to get it done.
And they talked to the Toygarian guy, which was Sane, and he's the one from the first episode who was basically, he offered his aid to the guy that would beat them.
But remember, his system is neutral.
Right, but he was giving aid to the Jedi, and then the banking clan came in. They were like, we're not doing anything suspicious. We're not here. We're the neutral ones. And he was like, well, clearly the people to your left don't agree with that. And it was back and forth bickering, politics, and all that. And the real problem with this is, or at least the first half of this season, is basically they're denying everything. They don't have any proof that they're doing anything bad, so they can remain themselves as a neutral who's just, better business with the other team.
It's typical banking claim.
So, they do their thing, and that's how they get away with it. And in the end, it affected the planet below them immensely. And what I did like about this episode is they're no longer afraid to kill people. They introduce a hero and a Jedi, and he doesn't get saved. Him and all his clone troopers end up dead.
Yep, they fight to the last man. It's actually quite heroic. Actually, it's a good battle scene. Actually, would have liked it extended a little bit.
Yep. Would
have been nicer. Then they could have taken a minute and a half to
Away
Jar
from
Jar and give it to fight that fight scene, which is kind of a last stand for the lone Jedi, the Jedi Master, and his troops, which would have been, I think, better.
Yep.
But that's fine. I mean, they get the people away, and eventually the supplies come through kind of a backdoor deal.
Yep.
I really liked that end where we see the faces and they're very happy that the supplies came through, even if it's only for a short time. Right. And you can see how happy they were. I really touched me. That was really nice. And and when you think of what happens in Syria and those kind of places, and it's like, wow, they need the food, and this is how it is. So that was nice, and I said they had some nice scenes to it. It was, again, because JoJo was in it, it's not going to get the perfect marks. Also, I also thought it was a little, I don't know, it didn't flow well. Like some of their episodes that they do in Clone Wars most of them flow really well. Some are kind of choppy.
This is a choppy transition.
Where it's like they're basically telling you almost two completely different stories,
and they're barely related.
And they don't feel. I mean, they are related, but they don't really feel like they are related.
Right.
But they are, obviously. I mean, they're trying to want. They're just two different missions.
Demanding.
But they're not meshed as well as they could be. So that when they do that, that always takes me out of it a little bit, because that's why sometimes I don't. I've seen the Clone Wars series maybe 3 times now, the whole thing, but their episodes I don't remember very well. You know why? Because those are the ones that are choppy. Yeah. They're good. It's just they were choppy. So when you're remembering things, you want to remember that flow. And with episodes like this, I remember seeing, and I did see it. I remember seeing Jedi die, but I didn't remember the other part of it because
nothing else.
It was kind of boring, but also it was choppy, and that's the thing I find when it's choppy. I can't remember in my head sometimes. I'm old, I suppose, but I mean, that's the thing. So this one didn't flow well. So I give it a 3 out of 5. It was okay. I mean, it had some really nice parts I really enjoyed. I like the Jedi fight. I like the backroom deal part at the end that they made to get supplies there. I liked that stuff, and I liked how the rebel leader felt betrayed in a way they were, by the Republic again, but overall, I mean, again, because of this choppiness and Jar Jar's in it, and it wasn't perfect, so I give it a 3 out of 5. But it was good. I mean, it was decent. I mean, it had its moments.
Yep, I'd give it 2 dead Jedi out of 5. It didn't mesh well. The two were just too interspersed. They never really interact beyond that point.
Yeah, there were 2 different episodes.
Toydarian is literally toying with other people's lives, and they don't seem like they're ever a part of the war. Yep.
All right. Well, there we go. The Chen.
You did like this episode.
Bye, folks.